What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. I hope everyone is healthy and well today. Welcome, all my new supporters. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Now, let's get to this video. I'm not wasting no time. This was highly recommended, and it's one of them ones. Something us Americans desperately needed to hear. You know, this is specifically for America. Today, we'll be reacting to an Aussie answers the USA. Specifically, what is he answering? What is he answering? Like, is he just going to be talking about some of the craziness going on out here? Does he have a message he wants to give us, you know? He wants to just finally let it off his chest because we need to hear something. Yeah, we need to hear something with all this madness going on here. Or is he answering questions from Americans? That's the only three things I can really think of off the dome like that, you know? But hey, original video link in the description down below. Let's jump right into it.
G'day lads and lasses,
Whoa.
G'day lads and lasses, the Australians back on this channel again, and I'm here to answer some pretty bloody stupid questions again. So let's get it.
Oh my gosh. So he's answering questions from Americans? This is why y'all recommended this video? Y'all didn't give me no type of description, nothing towards this. You just be blindsiding me, huh? Oh my. So that means one of my guesses were right. Y'all better not let me do it.
Again, and I'm here to answer some pretty bloody stupid questions again. So let's get into it. Now, these questions were sent in by an American who did some research in their country for me, and they got some 21 questions that are common amongst Americans that they have for Australians. So this isn't a BuzzFeed article, this is a consensus. So first cab off the rank, how old are Australian children when they start riding kangaroos to school?
Y'all gotta stop this, bro.
I thought we were over this. We ride emus now. How old are Australian children when they have to start learning how to wrestle crocodiles so they can survive? Well, about...
Yo, y'all gotta get out and travel, bro. That was sad. Y'all gotta get out and travel for real. Talk about all like survive. I can understand if you joking or just asking something crazy, but like, talk about some all... Yo, how do the kids... Wait, how old do the kids have to be when they start wrestling gators and stuff? You know, learning how to survive. What are you talking about? Like, we live in a jungle. Like, if I was Australian, bro, I'd take that offensive. I'd be like, what you trying to say, bro? Have you been to Australia? These are the same people... Oh, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Don't get me started, bro. These are the same people that be talking about Africa until they actually go to Africa and be like, oh, this is Africa. And they post videos all, you know, bamboozled and stuff. Be blowing my mind. I be like, look at this fool. They didn't know this was Africa.
First cab off the rank, how old are Australian children when they start riding kangaroos to school? I thought we were over this. We ride emus now. How old are Australian children when they have to start learning how to wrestle crocodiles so they can survive? Well, at about 3 years old, they chuck you into the croc pit. If you don't come out alive, well, you weren't destined to be alive in Australia. Is the only city over there Sydney? Everything else is considered the bush or the outback?
You can't say things like that, though, because they might run off and believe it, though. You can't say that now, because now they just ran off. Some of them probably even clicked off the video. I knew Australia was crazy. He talking about they got to jump in a lake with alligators or something like that to see if they really true Aussies, if they're meant to be. You know, they be doing stuff crazy out there. I told you. The ignorance. Like, I bet you some people clicked off the video and said that. You can't be making statements like that, bro. They're going to run off with it.
Australia. Is the only city over there Sydney? Everything else is considered the bush or the outback? Yes. We only have one city. The rest of it's just bushes and sand and dirt and rocks and shit. How do Australians access the internet since there's no electricity in Australia? Really? Do the kangaroos the Aussie...
Now that was disrespectful, especially towards Australia.
Internet since there's no electricity in Australia? Really? Do the kangaroos access just bushes and sand and dirt and rocks and shit? How do Australians access the internet since there's no electricity in Australia? Really? Do the kangaroos
like... How is there no electricity in Australia, bro? Like, how could you ask something like that?
Aussie kids ride to school know how to avoid drop bears. We've already gone over this. We don't ride kangaroos, we ride emus. And yes, drop bears are a real threat. They're trained well to avoid drop bears when they come out of trees. Number 6, New Zealand is the name of Australia's biggest island right off the shore of Sydney's beach, right? Not sure if the Kiwis are going to like you saying that, but yes, we like to...
I'm gonna rewind it. I'm instigating. Am I instigating?
Gone over this. We don't ride kangaroos, we ride emus. And yes, drop bears are a real threat. They're trained well to avoid drop bears when they come out of trees. Number 6, New Zealand is the name of Australia's biggest island right off the shore of Sydney's beach, right? Not sure if the Kiwis are going to like you saying that, but yes, we like to think that the Kiwis are lesser than us and they do belong off the coast because they are Kiwis. And yes, they pretty much can be considered part of Australia because, yeah, we're just better. Then number 7, he told me that people he knew...
I'm about to have so many people right now in my comments going at it. Now, it's an inside joke between the two, I know. It's one thing I known, well, it's one thing I learned about Australia, you know, and New Zealand, and not me, not a mistake I made, but don't you ever compare them in any sort of way. Do not compare them.
We're just better. Then number 7, he told me that people he knew were going over to Australia and wanted to hear the Vienna Boys Choir perform. And that means that they confused Austria with Australia. Come on, folks, it's not that hard. There's an L in there. Austria.
Hey, some people ain't never heard of Austria, man. You ask them, you been to Australia? No, if you mention anything about Austria, some people may correct you. Now, that's what blew minds one time, bro. I had a conversation with a stranger. He corrected me. You had the nerve to fix your lips and correct me in the middle. You cut me off and corrected me, and you was wrong. Like, it genuinely felt like conversation was over. I was done. Yeah, and just walked away. Right after that, like, you know, and now, because you know, out there in Austria, you mean Australia? I'm not even into the conversation no more. I was like, never mind. I'm about to sit here and explain to you what Austria is. Are you serious right now?
Choir perform, and that means that they confused Austria with Australia. Come on, folks, it's not that hard. There's an L in there. Austria, Australia. Number 8, where can I go in Australia to watch them race hippos? Well, you're not going to Austria. That's good, you got that part right. But you've also got another country, well, not really a country, but a continent confused. You want to go to Africa to do that, not Australia. Australians use a metric system, so which way is north down under? South. Number 10, do Australians who come to the US have a hard time to do that, not Australia. Australians use a metric system, so which way is north down under? South. Number 10, do Australians who come to the US have a hard time learning their language? They all speak it so well, even though American isn't their first language.
Oh my gosh. Even though America is their language. They gotta speak American, bro. Oh, this is jacked up, man. This is just all the way jacked up. This ain't right.
South. Number 10, do Australians who come to the US have a hard time learning their language? They all speak it so well, even though American isn't their first language. You do realize that it isn't called American, it's called Australian. And the question shouldn't be, do we have a hard time learning American? The question should be, do you have a hard time learning Australian? We got our own bloody language over here. Number 11, Australian cars have the...
Facts. That is true. Like, they can understand us, but they got their own swag going on, bro. Straight up. And let me tell you how sad it is for us over here. Let me tell you how sad it is. I bet you somebody from Australia right now, the average person could talk like an American from the States. You know, put on that I'll just say persona for now, because we don't know where they're from. But I bet you they are able to just exclude that Australian accent and sound like us so easily, like how everybody else can. Well, not everyone else, but I feel like Australians can, and I've seen it in videos, but we can't do the same. We can't do that for anybody, as a matter of fact. Why is it that our language, like, okay, we speak English, right? Ain't nothing complex about this because it's one of the easiest languages to learn. And a lot of people from other countries can mimic it easily, especially how it's taught in schools. And it'll take no type of like intellectual capability. I'm keeping it real, man. I'm keeping it real, dog. It ain't like, all right.
Learning Australian. We got our own bloody language over here. Number
Nice.
11. Australian cars have the steering wheel on the left side. Correction. American cars have the steering wheel on the right side. Doesn't that make it difficult for the driver seated on the right side? She has to reach all the way over to grasp the steering wheel. Okay, let's picture this. Steering wheel. Here.
I can't
I'm
believe
driving
this.
a car. I'm over here. I'm not going to reach across and drive it like that.
So how your foot on the pedal? That's somebody that they never, some of these questions you gotta just eliminate off your list. Cause that's how you know they ain't never driven a day in their life. They ain't got no vehicle, they don't drive, they ain't got their life. Who says something like that? Like if you for real drive, would you even say something like that for real? Like, I mean, come on. I can't even think of a scenario as to where that will be okay. I'm over here thinking about a Tesla, but I'm like, even a Tesla got a steering wheel and you gotta be on that side. So what's the point of reaching up? I know it's self-driving all, but like, still, man, sit in the driver's seat. I don't.
I'm driving a car. I'm over here. I'm not going to reach across and drive it like that. That's a stupid question. Number 12. Doesn't it get tiring to...
And they say they know such thing though, but like, well, that just blew my mind. They say there's no such thing as a stupid question, but like, what is that? I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not bashing people. I don't believe. I try not to believe in stupid questions, but like, I don't know.
drive it like that. That's a stupid question.
Hurting
Number
my
12.
mind.
Doesn't it
It's
get
like my
tiring to
brain
eat
hurts.
shrimp day after day? All you guys... That's a stupid question. Number 12. Doesn't it get tiring to eat shrimp day after day? All you guys say is pop another shrimp on the barbie.
Yo. Yo. And long story short, I was watching somebody stream the other day. And it was two women. One was from Australia and the other one was from the US. And she was like introducing herself and talking and all that. The Australian woman. And the other woman from the USA hopped in and was like, oh yeah, Australia, you guys like shrimp on a barbie and everything, right? So actually, we don't say that. And then she corrected her of like the proper term and saying, and everything got awkward. That's exactly how it's gonna go down every single time. And it's gonna make y'all feel some type of way, like, oh, you want to be you want to feel some type of connection, and you want to be friends or something, like you want to relate, connect with this. No, bro, it was so crazy because when I seen it on stream, it was like real time. So like I'm sitting here watching, I'm like, wow, that just happened. I'm thinking about y'all to say something. Like, man, I can't wait to tell them about this. I didn't think I've never heard an American actually like say it to an Australian. You guys like, you guys shrimp on the barbie, and she said it with so much confidence. She ain't say another word for the rest of the
That's a stupid question. Number 12. Doesn't it get tiring to eat shrimp day after day? All you guys say is pop another shrimp on the barbie. No. No, shrimp does not get tiring, mostly because it's prawns. We don't really eat shrimp that much here.
That's exactly where she said, actually, we call it prawns. That's exactly what she said. With the straightest face, so nonchalant. Like she wasn't even playing with her for real. Like I think she wanted to fight her about that for real. Like you gonna say something about somebody's country, trying to relate with them and become friends, it gotta be something accurate, right? Bro, that was so hilarious. Nobody else around the scene was laughing how I was, though. It just hit deeper when I heard that.
Get tiring, mostly because it's prawns. We don't really eat shrimp that much here. Number 13. What does kangaroo taste like? Do you have to eat it every day?
I heard it tastes good every day. I know that's wicked if they said every day, bro. That's wicked. That's wicked, bro.
Much here. Number 13. What does kangaroo taste like? Do you have to eat it every day too? Well, after all the kangaroos went obsolete when we replaced them with emus to ride to school, we had a lot of kangaroo meat left over. So of course we have to eat it every day, or else it's going to go off. And yes, kangaroo meat tastes yes. Number 4.
I do want to try kangaroo meat. Y'all have been telling me about kangaroo meat. I do want to try it.
14. Is it true that Australia is the only country in the world where animals have the right to vote? In this case, kangaroos. As I said, kangaroos were made obsolete a long time ago by the emus, so we don't let them vote because, well, they're food now. And as for animals voting in Australia, I'm not really sure about that. Number 15. Can I rent a car for a day in Auckland and return it in a few hours later in Sydney or Perth? Well, if your car's one of those James...
Like, you see how that would never be a thing, though? You think about being at the destination. How you gonna get there? Now, is this... I sure hope this is some flying car or... like, submarine boat type of thing. I don't, you know? How you gonna get there? Guys, this is the questions y'all really, like, ask? Like, I'm extremely embarrassed and disappointed right now. I mean, like, these aren't educational questions at all. Like, y'all had to just, you did this on purpose. You did this to piss him off. You had to. You had, like, you had to. You had to. You had to.
Return it in a few hours later in Sydney or Perth. Well, if your car's one of those James Bond things that can go across the ocean and you're not afraid of big-ass waves, feel free to do it. Number 16. Are Aboriginals basically Australian slaves? Where did you guys bring them over from? Well, you see, they were here first and we brought ourselves over. And as for the question whether they're slaves or not, no, they're not. You don't want to go saying that to an Aboriginal. 17. Someone returning from a...
No. They might get a wake-up call if they do. You know, sometimes you gotta allow people. Sometimes you gotta allow people to just do stuff. Say things. You have to. They gonna meet that right person. You gonna meet that right person.
Afraid of big ass waves, feel free to do it. Number 16. Are Aboriginals basically Australian slaves? Where did you guys...
You gonna meet the right person. A question...
bring them over from? Well, you see, they were here first and we brought ourselves over. And as for the question whether they're slaves or not, no, they're not. You don't want to go saying that to an Aboriginal. 17. Someone returning from a trip to Australia was very disappointed and said, I couldn't find a blooming onion anywhere. I don't understand. Number 18. Will Australians think I am being rude if I speak English there? I do not have the time to learn the Australian language. Well, at least you get props for not calling an American And no, you will not be looked down upon if you speak English here, because we also speak English here. You will be looked down upon if you continue to ask stupid fucking questions. Number 19.
No bull. And look. If you go to Australia as an American and you try to speak like them, yeah, you deserve to get knocked in your snot box. I'm just saying. I'm right. You're asking for it. Don't start going to other countries trying to speak like them now, bro. Like, you know, how would you like it if they did that to us? How my Americans? Well. Oh, actually, I think they do be doing it sometimes, but they could put it on, like, I don't know. Like, you see how we can't go to Australia and sound like an Australian? I really do feel like an Australian could come here and just sound like a straight up American from the States. Like, say they're an actor or something, they got put on that role. And then you hear him in the interview, whoa, what, bro? That you from Australia? Stop playing with me, bro. Because how many times we watch them actor movies, and we find out that person such and such is from Australia. But in the movies, they not, I don't hear, what Australian? I don't hear no Australian. Fooled me. Fooling the world. Now, I don't know if the average Australian could do that, but the average American, man, come on. Come on now. Man, these people gotta master their language first.
You will be looked down upon if you continue to ask stupid fucking questions. Number 19. I do not like to eat with my fingers. Will I be allowed to bring cutlery into the country? What is up with you people thinking that we're like some backwards country where we don't even eat with cutlery? First you say we don't have electricity. Secondly, you think that Aboriginals are Australian slaves. And then you think we brought animals to school and have to learn how to tackle them. And now you're saying we just don't eat with cutlery. Why? Number 20. I want to walk from Perth to Sydney, but I only have a few hours. Can I stop along the way for lunch? Well, of course you can, but you're going to need more than a few hours to walk from Perth to Sydney. And especially if you want to walk straight through the desert, because that's the way you gotta go. And number 21. Why do Aussies think Americans are stupid? I wonder fucking why. G'day lads and lasses, that was another Aussie Answers video. Big thank you to John Paul Shimek for messaging me on Facebook and delivering those awesome questions, and thanks for the research and stuff. And I'm going to see you all in the...
Wait. He name dropped who sent him these? These wasn't his questions, right? He just sent the list.
Awesome questions, and thanks for the research. Me on Facebook and... Big thank you to John Paul Shimek for messaging me on Facebook and delivering those awesome questions, and thanks for the research and stuff. And I'm going to see you all in the...
Was that his list? Is those his questions, or he just like assisted and was like, here, easy video, easy content right here. Yo, get on them, bro, please. This is crazy, you know? Which one? Original video link will be down below in the description. I am highly disappointed. I really am. At all of these questions. Yeah, they say there's no such thing as a stupid question, but sometimes it's like it's too obvious. It's like it's too obvious, bro. You know. Oh my gosh. I don't even know. Like, it just threw, like, just hearing such ridiculousness back to back kind of threw my mood off. I'm very disappointed in my fellow Americans. Not all of you guys, you know, because not everyone has questions like this. But I felt like he was being trolled. Someone had to be trolling him. You know? But yet again, I'm trying to, like, put myself in their shoes and think about the times where I didn't know nothing about Australia. What was I thinking, you know? Did I have kangaroos on my mind, you know? Like, I'm really sitting here trying to reminisce and think about it. I still ain't never, ever think about, come up with, or imagine, or even ask such ridiculous questions. Nothing. Nothing. Man, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications on. I can't believe this. this this was highly recommended too. I can't believe this. Please flood my comment section. Share your honest thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I'm just very disappointed. Stay safe. Feel free to follow my Twitch and subscribe to all my other YouTube channels. I love you all so much and stay safe. And please share your honest thoughts, opinions on this video and these questions. Do you think that these were some crazy questions, or are you showing grace? I'm trying to show a little bit of grace, as you can see, Or like, what you thinking? Please let me know in the comments, everyone. What you thinking? I'm like sitting here getting goosebumps and everything. Like, I'm cringing, bro. I'm literally like, nah. Like, I'm literally like cringing. Like, I'm literally like